make contemporary art quilts, mixed media art quilts. The show is called Along Natural Lines, and it includes pieces of my work from about the past 3 or 4 years. My work tends to be either very close or very bird's eye view, like my maps. So most of these were inspired from shots I took from airplanes I was taking off. And then I have things that are very intimate textural pieces that involve bark or things of that nature, or leaves. Fiber is pretty clean and it's pretty benign substances that you work in, so it was something I tried and then found I really liked. I work mostly in fiber, though I do some metal work. I include some metal work and some found objects in my work. I hand dye my own fabrics, and I work mostly in cotton and silk. I do mostly machine stitching, all original designs. I design things on a big design wall. I can step back from the work and get the perspective I need to see if it's working. Often I do surface design things like removing dye or painting on cloth after it's been dyed, or dealing with sort of metallic crayons or metallic paints, things of that nature. So there's a very layered surface. And then I machine quilt. I have what's called a long arm. With a regular sewing machine, you move the fabric under the sewing machine, whereas a long arm, I have a kind of a giant table where the quilt is loaded, and then I move the sewing machine along tracks, so I can make really huge pieces. The actual quilting, especially if I am using my long arm, can be fairly quick. You know, I can do it in a week. Sometimes design will take me a month. It'll take a long time for something to work, or to, you know, you endlessly tweak it on the design board. And, you know, sometimes it turns into something completely different than what you had originally intended. I hope to achieve having people reconnect with nature and with the natural world through my artwork. I am much more concerned with creating a mood or evoking an emotion than I am with, you know, a realistic representation of something. I tend to work more abstractly. Art quilts are a really interesting, relatively new medium, and most of the time that people think of quilts, they're thinking of patchwork, kind of grandmother on the bed kind of quilts, and the art form has really moved quite a ways away from that, and people are doing a lot of interesting things, both with techniques and surface design, and my work is no exception. And none of my quilts are functional, they're all wall pieces. It's really taking it out of the craft realm and putting it into the art realm. Hopefully you will have a wonderful surprise at where quilts have gone.